You guys, welcome to Audrey's reading area. Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 8 o'clock p.m.
Live at 8, Live live at 8, you guys. Shout out to my grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, David III, and Kaden. I love you. I miss you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, everybody, please don't forget to click that like button and click that share button. Don't forget to go to YouTube, look for Audrey's reading area, and smash that subscribe button for me. Audrey's reading area right here. Audrey's reading area. And smash that subscribe button for me. All right, all right, all right. First, I want to say that today is Wednesday, Multicultural Wednesdays. You know, I try to read books of different cultures on Wednesdays. So I'll be reading to you Suki's Kimono. Suki's Kimono. I apologize. This is not an Asian kimono or sort of like this. But this is the closest that I have to a real kimono. So, please bear with me. Says, you can't wear that, says Mari. People will think you're weird. That's what it says on the back. Suki's very favorite thing is her blue cotton kimono. A gift from her Obe-chan or Oba-chan. It holds special memories of her grandmother's visit over the summer, and Suki is going to wear it on her first day back to school, no matter what anyone says. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're just going to jump right into this book. It's written by Chieri, Uegaki, and I'm going to guess illustrated by Stephane, Jorisch. Okay. So written by Chieri, Uegaki, illustrated by Stephane Jorisch. Jorisch. Illustrations are nice so far, right? It says the Japanese words in the story are geta, Japanese wooden clogs, kimono, Japanese robe with wide sleeves, oba-chan, informal word for grandmother, obi, kimono sash, somen, fine noodle, and taiko, Japanese drum. So when you hear me read these words, you will know what it means in the story. So let's listen up. Oh, and I have Brazilian earrings given to me by my Brazilian friend. Shout out to you, Adriana. Thank you. On the first day of school, Suki wanted to wear her kimono. Her sisters did not approve. You can't wear that, said Mari. People will think you're weird. You can't wear that, said Yumi. Everyone will laugh and no one will play with you. You need something new, Suki. You need something cool. And this is her. I think it's beautiful, actually, me personally. Let's just see what happens. But Suki shook her head. She didn't care for new. She didn't care for cool. She wanted to wear her favorite thing. And her favorite thing was her kimono. Suki's Oba-chan, had given her the kimono, which is her grandmother, remember the words. The first time Suki wore it, her Oba-chan took her to a street festival where they slurped bowls of slippery, cold somen noodles and shared a cone of crunchy, shaved ice topped with a sweet red bean sauce. Let me show you these pictures again because these pictures are just beautiful. I love these pictures, these illustrations. Under strings of paper lanterns, Suki joined her Obe-chan in a circle dance. She followed her and copied her movements, trying to be as light and as graceful. She watched the other women and children who danced. especially those who were dressed in cotton kimonos like her. Nice. Nice. Later, Suki sat so close to the stage that when the taiko drummers performed, boom, 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 boom. She felt like she'd swallowed a ball of thunder and her whole insides quaked and quivered. Before they left the festival, Suki and her obe-chan stopped at a souvenir stand. There were many things to choose from, but her obe-chan found the prettiest thing of all, a handkerchief of pale pink linen decorated with tiny maple leaves and cherry blossoms. When she gave it to Suki, she said, "This will help you remember our day." Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful illustrations. Let me zoom it in for you so you can see. Beautiful. Now it was time for school. Mother checked Suki's obi one last time and took a picture of Mari, Yumi, and Suki together by the front steps. Then, as she watched, the three sisters made their way down the block to their school. Mari and Yumi stayed several places ahead of Suki and pretended they didn't know her. Oh, that's kind of mean. But Suki didn't mind. She turned and waved to her mother before she clip-clopped along in her shiny red gaita, feeling very pleased in her fan-patterned blue kimono. Mom taking pictures. Them walking ahead of her, acting like they don't know her. And she's waving goodbye to her mom. Once in a while, Suki would lift her arms and let the butterfly sleeves flutter in the breeze. It made her feel like she'd grown her own set of wings. Beautiful. Look at that. When they reached the school, Mari and Yumi hurried across the yard to a group of their friends. Suki stopped and looked around. Some of the children turned and stared at her, and others giggled and pointed at her kimono. Pointed at her kimono. But Suki ignored them. Good for her, good for her. She took a seat on a swing to wait for the bell. A girl dressed in overalls, just like a pair of Suki had at home, sat on a swing beside her. "Hi, Suki," said the girl. "Hi, Penny," said Suki. I'm loving it. "How come you're dressed so funny?" Penny asked. "Where did you get those shoes?" Suki lifted her feet off the sand and wiggled her toes. Suki lifted her feet off and wiggled her toes. "I'm not dressed funny," she said. "My grandma gave me these shoes." Suki started pumping her legs. After a moment, Penny did the same, and soon they were both swinging as fast and as high as they could. Swoosh, swoosh, up and up. When the bell rang, Suki and Penny jumped off their swings and ran to the gym for the first day assembly. Once they were finally taken to their new classroom, Suki chose a desk near the window. Penny chose a desk next to Suki. As they waited for everyone to find a seat, two boys in front of Suki turned and snickered behind their hands. One of the boys reached over and snatched at Suki's sleeve. "Look at this," he said. "She's a bat." That's just so mean. Look at him snatching her thing, saying, "Look at that, she's a bat." That's so mean. Do not be mean and bully people. That's not nice. Like this guy in the book. Suki felt her cheeks burn, but she did not respond. Instead, she concentrated on sitting up straight and tall, the way her obe-chan always did. It was easy to do with an obi wrapped snug around her middle. Her obi was golden yellow, and in its folds, Suki had tucked away her pale pink handkerchief. "Welcome to the first grade," said the teacher. "My name is Miss Paggio," she smiled. "Let's introduce ourselves and tell everyone what we did this summer." Beautiful. When it was her turn to speak, Suki stood up and told the teacher her name. "Hello, Suki, Mrs. Paggio. What did you do this summer?" "My grandma visited us," she said, straightening her sleeve. "She brought me my kimono and my gaita." Suki raised her foot to show the teacher her wooden clog. Beautiful. Somewhere in the classroom, someone laughed, but Suki took a deep breath and continued. "The best thing was that she took me to a festival, and there were dancing girls dressed like me, and they danced like this." She took a few steps and swayed her arms sideways, swayed her arms sideways. So she did her dance and was showing the whole class. She showed the whole class. "Look now, she's dancing," someone said, but Suki didn't hear. She hummed the music she remembered hearing at the festival. She remembered how it felt to dance barefoot in the open air on fresh-cut grass that tickled her toes. She tried to picture the other dancers, how they moved forward in a circle with the rhythm of the music, how they stamped their feet, first right, then left, swung their arms first up, then down, how they stepped back and back and back, then clapped. When Suki couldn't remember the next step, she made it up just to keep dancing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, stop. I think this is very nice. When she finished, the room seemed very quiet. Everyone was watching her. Suki sat down, wondering if she was in trouble. Wondering if she was in trouble. And look at everybody. Just quiet. Just watching her. But Mrs. Paggio said, "That was wonderful, Suki." And she started to clap. Then so did Penny. And after a moment, so did the entire class. Aww. Look at that. The entire class clapped for her. They loved it. After school, as the three sisters walked home together, Mari and Yumi grumbled about their first day. "No one even noticed my new sweater," said Mari. "No one even noticed my cool shoes," said Yumi. But Suki just smiled. As she clip-clopped along behind them, Suki pulled out the pale pink handkerchief from her obi and held it up over her head to catch the wind. And in her blue cotton kimono and in her shiny red gaita, Suki danced all the way home. The end. Wow. Wow. She got noticed because she wore something different. She did something different. She loved it. She didn't let anybody stop her. When her sisters warned her that she'd be teased, she didn't care. And I love that. I love that. I love that. And then at the end, her sisters were upset that they weren't noticed. But guess what? She was noticed and appreciated, and they clapped for her. Wow. Love this story. Love this story. It's a story about being yourself no matter what. Always be yourself. Always, yes, always do something for yourself. Make yourself feel good. Always. Okay? The end. Suki's Kimono. I absolutely love that story. Thank you guys for being here and listening to me read this fun, exciting, and yes, cultural, Japanese culture story. Thank you. Shout out to my mom. My mom is here. Thanks, Mom, for being here. Love you, Mom. Thank you for being here and always, always, always showing support. Thank you to my friend Victoria and my cousin Ellie. They always share my videos. Thank you, you guys, for being here and doing that and listening. And I hope to encourage you guys. I am encouraging you to pick up a book and read it on your own. Read it on your own. Yes. You learn so much from reading. And you learn, like, mostly the truth, right? Unless it's a science fiction book. But you learn the truth. Instead of asking people questions, read it yourself. Yes. And it's fun. It's fundamental. So don't forget, you guys, click that like, click that share. Go to YouTube, look for Audrey's Reading Area, and subscribe. Subscribe and share. Subscribe and share. All right, I will see you tomorrow here at Audrey's Reading Area. We welcome everyone, young and older, and everybody can just listen. All right? So I will see you tomorrow, live at 8, here at Audrey's Reading Area. Audrey's Reading Area, once again, this is what it looks like. This is how you spell it. Audrey's Reading Area. Yep. And I will see you soon.